Smackdown Go Home Show starts off with Nia Jax. She cuts a promo. She starts mentioning her upcoming match at Crown Jewel against Liv Morgan. Then eventually, if Morgan comes out, she ends up mentioning how she retired Becky Lynch. And then she ends up mentioning that the last time that they had fought, that she actually beat Nia Jax. Then Tiffany Stratton then comes out and she ends up mentioning how at Crown Jewel that it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, she's going to cash in and become WWE champion at Crown Jewel. Nia goes back and ends up assuming that she meant she was going to cash in on Liv Morgan, but Tiffany ends up responding back to her, ends up saying that Nia shouldn't get comfortable because she could cash in on her as well. Nia was about to get upset, but then I think Liv Morgan alluded to having people you can trust and how she has friends that she can actually trust, and mentioning Dom and Raquel. Tiffany responds back and ends up mentioning how she can cash in on Liv Morgan. She could cash in on Liv Morgan, and that both and Nia are really getting on her nerves, and that she doesn't matter who she cash in on, and she's trying to figure out who she's going to cash in on. And then she alluded to that if she was to defeat Liv Morgan and cash in on her, does she get Dominic Mysterio as well, which I thought was actually hilarious. Then Liv Morgan takes offense of that, and then Tiffany ends up attacking her, and then this leads into a match. This was really good. I actually like this segment a lot. It's very interesting how they're going about it too, because after they have the match, Nia Tiffany had a little segment where Tiffany said that she didn't really meant what she said about cashing out on Nia, that she just said that to get in Liv Morgan's head. Now, this is very interesting. I don't know if she's going to cash in at Crown Jewel. It looks like she is, but I still don't think she's going to do it. I don't think they should do it at Crown Jewel. I think they should wait until Survivor Series to do it in an American crowd. Because Saudi shows, they're not the biggest. I'm not going to say they typically don't cheer a lot for women there. Like they have moments where they cheer for women, but it's not, they have gone better in previous years, but they typically don't cheer as loud for women. So I feel like they should do it in a more of an American crowd. But it will be very interesting to see how that plays out. Then the match happens with Tiffany and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan ends up winning via a roll up pin. Then afterwards, Liv Morgan was attacking Tiffany with the briefcase, but then Nia Jax ends up stopping her. And then Nia Jax basically demolishes all of Judgment Day. She demolished Raquel, Dominic, and ends up hitting Liv Morgan with the Annihilator. So it's looking like my prediction is coming true. It looks like Nia Jax is losing based off the go home math. Could be wrong, but look, I'm feeling very confident about my prediction of Liv Morgan winning at Crown Jewel based on how this went. But this is overall really solid segment. I enjoy what they did here. Now we end up getting Naomi Bailey versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Naomi Bailey is a win. That's not really what I want to talk about. Really want to talk about this Indy Hartwell getting released, because this came out a few hours ago that a couple of people got released, and it was Tegan Knox, Indy Hartwell, and Baron Corbin. Okay, I'm a little confused on the reasoning behind their release, because for one, Indy Hartwell is still fairly new, and I don't understand the point of releasing her, because the only argument I could really think of is that they didn't have creative plans for her. But that can't be true, because they don't have creative plans for a lot of people. And there's no way you're telling me they have more creative plans for other women that they don't have for Indy, especially due to them calling up Indy Hartwell when she shouldn't have been called up. Like, that was just stupid. Like, it's just unfortunate, because I like Indy Hartwell. Not saying she's this phenomenal, fantastic wrestler or whatever, but she had potential, which is that she got called up before she should have been called up. Like, she got called up right when she won the NXT championship, barely had a reign with it, but they called her up anyway, didn't have nothing for her, which didn't make sense. It also didn't make sense that they called her up when she was still extremely green. She still is green now, in the ring and as a character. It just didn't make sense. Then they released Baron Corbin, which I'm low-key mad about, because Baron Corbin is great. He put on his best work in NXT recently. He was great in NXT. He was amazing. He was amazing. His heel run and his babyface run. And then you tell me you couldn't have nothing for him? And it can't be, well, they don't have creative plans for him, because I call cap on that, because Apollo Crews is still in WWE. There's no way you're telling me that they have more creative plans for Apollo Crews than Baron Corbin. And I don't hate Apollo. I think Apollo's cool, but there's no way you're telling me that they have more creative plans for Apollo Crews than they do Baron Corbin. At least because they had tried with Baron Corbin. So Apollo, they haven't really tried anything. They at least sent him to NXT. They tried the tag team. They at least tried, but even then, they didn't try much. And I don't even think it was that hard to even book Baron Corbin. All you had to do is put him in the mid card. Just put him in the United States Championship thing. Because outside of Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, who is LA Knight going to face? Just put him in the mid card. Simple as that. Same thing with Apollo Cruz. Just put him in the mid card. That's all you have to do. Instead of putting him in a tag team. And then Tegan Knox, she also got released. That one I kind of understand. I get that one because they really didn't try it all. They didn't even try to book her, really. They tried to do the tag team with Natalia, but nah. Like, that I understand. But though, I just wanted to get that out the way. I know it's not really a part of SmackDown, but I really wanted to get that out the way because I just don't understand. I understand the Tegan Knox release, but the Baron Corbin and the Indy Hartwell release, those are head scratchers and just don't make sense in my opinion. Now we get to Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso. Jimmy was talking to Roman in the ring. He ends up saying that Roman needs to swatch the beef that he has with Jimmy, and that because we are stronger together, but if we don't swatch the beef, that we will lose at Crown Jewel. Then Jey Uso comes out. He gets on the microphone and ends up saying that he only accepted the match because he wants revenge for Solo costing him the IC title. And then he says the issues that they have aren't fixed. And he ends up saying that I remember what you did to me. I remember all the pain and suffering I went through. I remember the physical, emotional, and mental damage you have done to me. And he ends up saying that if we do get back together, if we do come back, this go around, that you're not my tribal chief and that you are my cousin and that you need to treat me as such. And then he ends up saying that he ends up saying that if you even treat me with a little bit of disrespect, I'm out. And then he ends up saying that does Roman agree? Roman took a very, very, very long pause, And he ends up saying yeet, which was very crazy for Roman to say yeet because we all know Roman used to hate when Jimmy used to say yeet. So the fact that he says it was a very good moment. Then we end up getting Jimmy putting the ones up. And he was confused. He was trying to tell him to put the ones up. Then Jey Uso ends up putting the ones up as well. The crowd is getting more and more hype. And then at the end, Roman puts his ones up. All three of them put the ones up as them all reuniting. This was great. This was really good. This is what people will call cinema, which it was. This was great. This was a really great segment. I can't wait for the match at Crown Jewel. It's going to be very unfortunate because I won't be able to watch it live due to my work schedule because I'm going to be working around that time, but I'm also going to be working very late as well. So I won't be able to upload the Crown Jewel review until the next day. But overall, I can't wait. Can't wait to watch it. Can't wait to see how that match plays out. That match should be a banger. This was a very great segment. I love every second of it. Now we end up getting a fatal four-way match between Bianca, Lash, Io, and Piper. Just to set up the match at Crown Jewel, of course. This match was fun. I will say this. Io Sky ends up picking up the victory. The only thing I will say is the way this match went was kind of stupid. Because towards the end of the match, if I'm not mistaken, it was a moment where Chelsea Green interfered in the match by pulling Lash Legend from the pin because Lash Legend was about to pin Piper. She pulled her away, costing Lash the match, but it was a disqualification. And then Jakara Jackson attacked Chelsea Green, which makes sense. What didn't make sense was then everyone else surrounded the ring that was all, tag partners start attacking each other, which didn't make sense. Then out of nowhere, you get Kairi Sane attacking Jakara Jackson. Then you got Jade Cargill attacking. That didn't make any sense. I get why they did it. I understand why they did it. I get it. To build up tension and all that. I get it. It was still stupid because it doesn't make sense because logically speaking, Jakara Jackson helped them out. And then number two, she attacked Chelsea Green because Chelsea Green cost them the match. That's why she did it. It doesn't make sense for Kairi Sane to attack Jakara because she pulled Chelsea Green from costing them the... That just didn't make sense. I understand why they did it, but that was very stupid. Io Sky picked up the victory, which was very great. I love the way they did it too, because Bianca ended up hitting a KOD, and then right after she hit the KOD, Io Sky ends up hitting her moonsault on Bianca, which I thought was very clean. They're clearly losing the match at Crown Jewel, but this was really great. I love what they did here. Now we end up getting the main event, Imperium versus Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. The babyfaces ends up winning. Not gonna speak too much on the match. After the match though, you get Kevin Owens. He ends up attacking Randy Orton with the steel chair, and then Cody ends up him and Cody have a stare down, but then Gunther ends up attacking Cody Rhodes, choking him out to end SmackDown. Overall, this was a solid SmackDown. I would say mainly the Bloodline carried this. I am gonna lie. This was decent. The Bloodline really carried this, but overall, this was a decent SmackDown. I will say this. I am a bit concerned about Kevin Owens at Crown Jewel because based on Go Home math, he's losing at Crown Jewel. He based on how typical booking works is whoever stands tall at the go home show typically lose. So it looks like Kevin Owens is losing. I could hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully KO wins, but that's what it looks like. And it looks like Gunther's probably gonna lose too, which looks like my prediction may be right about that. Hopefully they do not do Kevin Owens where they make him lose but then attack Randy after the I hope that is not the case. Please do not do that. Just have him win, have him destroy Randy, or you could just play an injury angle. But do not do it to where Randy wins and then you attack him. Do not do that. No. Overall, decent show. Can't wait for Crown Jewel. You guys let me know your opinions down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, that's it.